Hello everyone, I'm going to do a quick demo on the Tecton task group custom task. So the task group custom task is a custom task, as it stands for, that allows to group tasks together as a final task. It will merge task steps and other things like parameters, workspace, etc. into one, and it will run it as a task group. This is a slightly different approach from a TEP that tries to put all the pipeline feature in a pod. In one of the use cases, you want to check out source code and build an image, and it should be possible without the kind of the overhead of a pipeline, which can be provisioning a PVC to show that multiple pods running, etc. So the idea is to kind of augment a task at runtime or authoring time with additional steps. This is a custom task. There's a controller, new CRDs, etc. It's installed, can be installed as described, and it can be used either by creating a run that refers a task group or embed a task group, or by using the custom task referencing in a pipeline run. And a task group is very likely looks very like a task, except for the steps that may be injected. You will have the keyword uses that refers to a given task. And yeah, for example, this will get my git clone task and inject the steps, parameters and stuff in these tasks. Alright, so let's show a demo of this. So let me show first what I'm going to execute. So I'm just going to execute the one that was on the readme through a run, so see the run as a task run. And so let me just execute it. It's going to create a task group, and it's going to create run. Oh, the run already exists. So let me delete the runs first and recreate it. It's going to say that the task run, the task group exists, but it's not a big deal. So now if we look at the runs, we'll see there's one run, my run running, and this my run will have created task runs. So now if I'm listing the task runs, I will see a task run running. If I'm describing the task run here, there's just one, so I don't need to specify. We'll see that there is a clone step that's coming from the clone first step that injected steps from another task, and then the build, and this is the clone. So clone here is the name of this step, and the other clone comes from here. And so if I'm looking at the logs, I think it's already done, so I'm just not going to use the, yeah. So it did, ooh, I went too far. It did clone the thing and did the workspace. Now let me quickly clean everything. Task group. Of course, if I clean this now, I shouldn't have any task run, because the task run is linked to the task groups to run. Right. So now, so there's the embedded task group, so it's going to do the same, but in an embedded definition. And the final one I wanted to show is in a pipeline run, and this one is a little bit more advanced. So the task group here is going to be used in a pipeline run, and there's a parameters called git URL, and I'm going to pass one of my repo. And so the git URL is this one. I'm just using a different default value so that we see the param works. And here, if you remember, or if you didn't remember, it's no big deal, my git clone task has a parameter called URL. So the URL, the parameter URL, is the same as this one, the we want to use the git URL from the task group as the URL from the mygit clone that we will inject. So I'm just binding the parameters, and I'm saying, well, the URL parameter of this task is gonna be the git URL parameter. So this behind the scene is gonna replace reference from one and use the other. And so now if I create the pipeline run, again, we should see a pipeline run got created and is running. It did create one task run, and usually it should be just one task run. And now if I'm trying to see the logs of the pipeline run, it didn't print any log, which is interesting. Okay, yeah, I think there might be oh yeah, I know why it didn't print. Because it's using a run, it doesn't know how to get the logs from the run. So the task run, as we can see, it did use the go hello world revision main, and then it executed, it did the go build. And that's pretty much it. It does support, so parameters are, you can bind them. It's working the same way for workspace. And all the rests, volume, etc., are just merged. So if there's duplicate, the task group one override the other, and if it's in different step they are replicated, just the last one will be taken into account. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this demo. It's an early experimental project meant to stay as a custom task for the time being.